All right, welcome, and we are back. Episode 5 here at the CAS Show. Welcome. Glad you're here. Glad I'm here. Glad I made it. It was only by God's grace that I'm sitting here right now with you guys and to talk to you guys. This episode, episode 5, is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be about the host. Wow, that's me. Um, I'm going to just tell you guys a little bit about me, probably a little bit more than you want to hear. But oh well, it's my show, so I can do what I want. Um, but anyway, of course, this show, the Cash Show, is about faith, family, and fitness. And of course, any topic you choose. And if you guys have any topics you want to talk about, please leave a message. You see my Instagram, TikTok information, YouTube information. Please send those messages to me, or you can leave a message right here on the Cash Show as you're listening, or for a future date. But I you can choose any topic, and it could fall under either one of those three: faith, family, and fitness topics, or all three, or one of the two. But today we're going to talk about me just a little bit, and just tell you a little bit about who CAS is. And of course, it's starting with CAS, that is Christian Athletic Strength. That is the name of my clothing line. You can check that out at christianathleticstrength.com. Go buy the merch. It's awesome. It's on fire. It's hot. I would love to see you guys in it and tell me how it feels. The quality is going to be off the chain, and the look is going to be off the chain. Plus, there's going to be more looks and more colors to come later on down the line. But CAS, CAS, first of all, is my first name, Corey. My middle name, A. You'll never find that out. I'm going to take that to my grave. Only the government knows that. Um, and a select few. And then Simmons, my last name. There you go, Cass. But not only that, the way God just put it on my heart years and years ago is Corey is my first name. Andre is my middle brother first name, and Sean is my youngest brother first name. So it just happens to fall in place. But of course, we know with God, nothing just falls in place. So thank you, God, for that. I started out. I was in when I was in high school. I was very well. Let's go back a little bit more. I was in grade school. I was very timid. Well, that's just not being around. I was scary. I was very scary. I didn't talk a lot. I had friends, but those were people that I felt comfortable around. Making new friends. Did I make a lot of friends? Probably, but I couldn't see them because of my shyness or whatever. But I was very shy when I was younger. Grade school, when we had the grade school dances, I was one of those people that held up the wall by leaning on it. And prom, I almost missed prom because my date canceled at the last minute, but it just so happened that someone just came to me and said, I'll go with you. And it turns out that person actually liked me a little. So that was awesome. But like I said, I was a shy person. I was a shy person in high school. I played football. I wrestled. Tried out for baseball, but really wasn't into baseball. I was just looking for something else to do. I was in a lot of programs, and I was very popular in high school, but you couldn't tell because I was in class with slacks on, a shirt buttoned up to my nose, penny loafers. Yes, I said penny loafers, and of course, glasses. I can't see. If I take these glasses off, everybody look like me because I couldn't tell you how you look. But I came out the womb blind, so I've always had glasses. But I was always shy, and but I was different on the football field. I was different a little bit on the wrestling mat. I had a lot more because I was just it just brought something out of me, which I'm pretty sure all those who've competed, played sports or any kind of thing that where you were going against somebody, you were a different person than you were before you stepped on the field, the mat, or the court, whatever the case may be. And so that brought a little bit out of me, but I didn't really fall into my own until I got into college, and I had people that I really don't think I would have been friends with. Not saying there was anything wrong with them, but I don't think I would have been friends with them if it was left up to me, just because I was very shy um, when I was in college. But they seen something in me that made me comfortable enough for them to want to be friends with me, and they brought me out of my shell. Um, they brought me out of my shell big time. I went from wearing penny loafers and suits. I had Armani suits. I had suits that I wore when I was in school, college. But I gave all that up once I found jogging pants. I found jogging pants, and oh wow, that was the worst thing I could have done was found jogging pants. I think I have. Well, no, I don't think. I know I have more jogging pants now than I have jeans and dress clothes. Even though I'm a preacher as well, um, I still have more jogging pants and t-shirts than I do those things. But my wardrobe is definitely getting better. So, um, but those people in college definitely brought me out of my shell, where I've experienced a lot of things that I would not have it experienced if it was left up to me. And the people saw me as being closed in. I was a hermit. I really didn't like going to too many places, which I'm kind of like that now. I will go out. I will do things. I like experiencing new places, which I have. I traveled quite a bit when I was in college and a little bit when I was in high school, and so I got to see some places that I wouldn't have been able to see if I wasn't open to something. But and so college did a number on me. It brought me out of my shell. Um, I would say college is the reason why you have CAS, the CAS show, why you have Christian Athletic Strength. Um, by no means am I saying God had nothing to do with it, because God was the driver of the whole bus, and He always will be. Um, what I am saying that those are the avenues, those are the side streets or whatever that He used to help me become that outgoing and more boisterous. And a lot of people now tell me I talk too much, and um, sometimes I agree with them, but a lot of times I like to get off by myself or stay to myself and just be quiet and just think. I remember there's a time where a lot of people thought when I was quiet, it was because I was angry. That's not always the case. I'm just quiet because I like to think. I learned that from my dad, my stepdad, um, rest in peace. And my mom was completely different. She was loud and abrasive. I love her too. Rest in peace, mom. And so I had the best of both worlds. My dad was, shy, very intelligent. My mama was, very loud, very intelligent. Two different spectrums, but even though he's my stepdad, I got traits from him that I'm so glad that I have, and I have traits from my mom that I'm so grateful that I have. So you fuse those two together, and now you have me. Um, so I get out of college, and I go to California for a while, and Riverside, California for a while, and I lived there for a little bit, and worked for a company. And this ended up meeting a young lady. I won't reveal any names, but she opened up my eyes to a lot of things. Guys read between the lines, but she opened up my eyes to a lot of things. But that shell was constantly being broken open, and without me even knowing it and not even trying to do it myself, it just started to gradually happen. And then I got back to St. Louis, and I started. I went back to school at UMSU, and ended up meeting more people, the same people that were there, and I ended up working out. And Well, let's go back just a little bit. Like I said, I was shy in high school, and I ended up putting on a lot of weight because I had this this dream of playing football at KU with my cousin, and he was a fullback. I was going to be the running back, but I kept getting injured in high school, wrestling and football, which kept me from being as aggressive as I wanted to be on the field because my right shoulder kept popping out. And I thought I had a bad shoulder. I didn't have a bad shoulder, I just had a weak shoulder. Well, when I was in college, in high school, we didn't have a weight training program, and our coach wasn't really big on weight training, even though he was a professional football player for the St. Louis Cardinals at some point. In '85, I believe. And but we didn't have anything to really work out, and my dad really wasn't into weights or anything like that, so I didn't have that push at home to work out, and I didn't know that I had a weak shoulder, not a bad shoulder. So I got into college. Well, I lost my scholarship at KU, um, and then I went to UMSL. That's where I went to to college at, and I thought me being, shy and the Corey, then I didn't know that UMSL didn't have a football team. I just thought every university had a football team, and that was crazy. And I tried to get a football team started. I worked at the gym there, the first place I worked at there to help put myself through school, and um, what ended up happening was our athletic director, who was our eighth grade coach, eighth grade gym teacher, was the athletic director at UMSL, and he was all for it because he played semi-pro ball, I believe, and but then he stepped down and was another athletic director, and won't mention names or anything like that. And that person just got fed up with all the money going to the male side and of athletics, and decided that they turned it down because they weren't in position to, and stopped the football team from being brought to UMSL. I don't know if it would have happened if they wouldn't have, but at least we were trying, and it was awesome because we had guys. I'll be the running back. No, I'm the running back. You can't be that. You can't have that position. It's already taken. Like I got that much clout, and I was that good. But so things like that I was doing, and I was meeting new people. New people were meeting me, and I ended up meeting two of my best friends. Totally two different spectrums of the world, but yet I felt comfortable around them, and they introduced me to a lot of things. And then I, like I said, I lost my scholarship at KU, and then I tried out for a semi-pro team, the Winston-Salem team. I'm not sure. It's an indoor league. It's a semi-pro league. I'm not sure if they're still going or not, but I tried out for that, didn't make it. And then I did try out a little bit for the Rams when they first came here. And of course, that didn't work out. But then so I got depressed, and then well, I lost my scholarship, all that stuff. So I gained a lot of weight, and I ended up spending a lot of time in the library trying to figure out how to lose weight. The thing is, I spent so much money on diets and fad diets. Um, they have these diets to say, take this twice a day and you will lose 10 pounds a day. If you lose 10 pounds a day for 30 days, then we'll be having another conversation. But I was so desperate, I just took whatever. I listened to everything I had, and didn't realize that hard work was the key to my success. And um, hard work is the key to any success. Being said, I spent a lot of money. But then I found myself in a library reading magazines, and then I come across, some of you guys know, the it's a it was a cartoon of a guy who was shy and timid, and he was kind of scrawny, and he had a crush on this one particular girl, and he went to talk to her, and it didn't go well. She liked a big muscular guy, and so he spent his time working out and eating and things like that, and then he became big and strong, and then he eventually got the girl. So that was the most popular bodybuilding um, cartoon in papers back then, and you can probably research it and you can see it. But I've seen that, and then I've seen a person that changed my life as far as seeing myself, and that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you guys know who he is, and if you don't, shame on you. But I read his books, I read his his seen his workouts, I seen where he came from, and that inspired me, I guess, because he was the first person, because I didn't know where the amount of information I know now about him. But he was the first person that I seen, and I read some of his material, and that got me hooked. You guys know what I'm talking about. Any athlete know the bug. I got the bug, and so I started working out and lost a lot of weight and everything, and some things started happening, and my confidence started building up and everything like that. So yeah, I my shell was definitely getting cracked open um, because of the weights, and um, uh, it just brought out of me what was already there, but that was just hidden underneath that. Well, it was hidden inside that shell like a butterfly and a caterpillar, and so that's what was going on. And then um, um, I ended up traveling some with one of my best friends. We went to the Million Man March and met a lot of people, and I was shy. Went to my first club then. I think it was Club 54 in Washington. I'm not sure, but there I met Ice T, and got a chance to meet him, and I just used that as a springboard to, when I left there, I don't know what actually happened, but I got into really working out, and I became very intrigued with it, and I started meeting people that was already working out, and it just went from there. Then I started working at gyms. I worked at 24-hour fitness at one point. I worked at Goals. I worked at Bally's. Worked at club St. Louis Workout. That's what it was. St. Louis Workout. But I worked at Goals Gym, where I definitely learned a lot from my mentor, and then I went from there. I was the fitness director at Bally's. I had 6 or 7 trainers underneath me as the fitness director, and then I went to work independently. Uh, no, not yet. I hadn't worked independently myself, but I ended up working with the guy that I knew. That didn't work out. Then I ended up working independently, and because I kept moving back, from gym to gym, because of this gym closing, that gym closing. Of course, Bally's closed. It used to be Victani. Then Gold's closed, and this was way before COVID. And this is the Gold that was down on Washington Avenue. And then I worked for the Bally's. I was the fitness director out on in Woodson, on Watson Road. Um, and so I couldn't keep clients because the two biggest gyms that I worked at was closed, and then the few gyms that I worked at, private gyms, that was owned one by a couple guys that I already knew from Bally's, and it just didn't work out. Then I had my own training studio, and it was going good for a while. But of course, the contract and the negotiation, the guy just didn't want to keep his word. So I ended up leaving there, and then I started, training at the on Fifi Road, the community center off of Fifi Road. And but there was only so many things you can do, and so I had a lot of restrictions, and um, so I ended up just leaving fitness for a while and not really loving fitness, because I never looked at fitness as making a lot of money, which you can, but that's something I would do for free. I trained people at my church for a while, And but it's something that I love doing, and I realize now more than ever that it is a passion that not only that I thought I developed by myself, but God put in my path. For one, it helps me stay centered, and not only that, but the disciplines of fitness and spiritual fitness are pretty much the same. You can pretty much take any fitness principle, anywhere you work out, any discipline or whatever, and cross-reference it um, to spiritual growth and the principles and how to draw closer to the Lord. So it is just I thank God for my pastor, who at some point will be on my podcast. I taught him fitness using the scriptures, and he taught me scriptures using fitness. And he couldn't stand the fact that I learned scriptures because he was teaching me scriptures using fitness. I caught on fast, which means when we were in class, I would bring up scriptures to help push him and a lot of other people, and they couldn't stand that. Why did I have to learn so fast? At one point, I didn't think I could memorize scripture or learn anything that wasn't fitness, but God have other plans. Um, so that was the case, and I love fitness. Right now, I'm in the off season. I power lift for the USAPL for a while, um, USA powerlifting, um, and I've done some strongman. Also, I had a coach at the time that was helping me with that, and also worked out when I was doing that. I was working out at Eagles Gym. That's on Woodson Road. Um, and and so I worked there. I worked there for a while. Worked out there for a while to train for strongman and powerlifting. But the heavy lifting all the time is just heavy on your joints. And I wanted to make sure that with my children that I want to be mobile. I want to be mobile. I didn't have children at that time, but I always wanted to be mobile. I didn't want to be that dad that sits on the sideline looking at his kids be active. I wanted to be active, like I still can be active with my daughter. So that was another driving force that I wanted to be, in better condition, better shape. But now, fast forward to now, I'm in my off season. I'm putting on weight, putting on muscle. Was going to be supposed to be doing my show, NPC show, August of last year, but an injury at work kept me from doing that and threw my whole training schedule off because I was out for a long time. Um, so now I'm eating I don't know if you guys see my Instagram or my YouTube or Facebook. I just started doing Trifecta Foods, and I've always wanted to do Trifecta, which is the leading meal prep company for the Olympia. It's a sponsor of the Olympia, and actually the food tastes great. And so I'm excited about that. Eating 5, 6, 7 times a day, every 3 hours is crazy. I mean, I've done it before, but not to this magnitude. But there's a huge purpose on the other end, which is to get on stage, which will be my first bodybuilding show, which I'm excited and nervous and petrified at the same time about it. But right now, I'm more excited. The closer I get, I'm going to be more petrified, I'm sure. But eating, it's like 3 hours is too short. I eat at 3, and I'm like, man, I just ate, and it's 6 o'clock already. Um, and so I have to eat, whether it be a shake, a bar, or actually a whole meal. It's still you're forcing food down your throat. Uh, Not in a sense, but you're actually literally force feeding yourself. But I'm excited because I've seen. I had to, of course, the first things that go is your legs, and I've had small legs, and my pants now are fitting or not coming up past my thighs, which is a good thing because I love it because now I know that my legs, you can see your body changing, but that sometimes you have to see multiple um, multiple see it in multiple ways. And in this case, I mean, I can see it by looking at my legs, but I can also see it when I pull on my jeans, even my dress pants, even some of my jogging pants. They're tight before they even get above my right at my thighs. They're getting tighter because my learned about that. And of course, not missing any workouts, and 5 to 6 days a week. Not doing two sessions of cardio yet. That won't be until my full prep starts, and that we're ways away from that. But right now, like I said, I'm in the off season, putting on a muscle, and really excited about that because I'm seeing it in my upper and lower body. And I know, so people are seeing it. They're seeing the shoulders grow, the arms grow, the legs are growing. And so I'm super excited about that. And anybody who's in my position understands the growth, understand the excitement of making improvements. So that's where we are right now. Like I said, I'm in the off season, and I'm not sure what show I'm going to do, but I have to first put the work in the off season before I can even think about doing a show. But that is my goal, to do my first bodybuilding show at some point within the next year or so. Um, I looked at it as at first I was upset because I missed the show, but I looked at it as the Lord saying you wouldn't be ready then, even though I thought I would have been. His ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. So um, we are this is where we at right now, and of course, doing my podcast, want to be consistent with that. The clothing line, I need to put that out there more. You guys have to buy more, of course. And of course, I got my daughter, my family, and church. Of course, I'm a minister. And so I have all these hats, and you have to, and I work as well. So then I have to sleep, and then I have to eat. So all these things, sometimes it could be overwhelming. I study. I'm doing a class right now. I'm online class um, to grow, to strengthen my walk with Christ. And actually, I'm doing one, two, three studies right now. Um, one with my pastor, one with the leadership team at our church, and um, what is the other one? Oh, and the other one I'm doing on my own. Um, but yeah, so I have all those things going on, and it can be overwhelming at times. But the discipline has to be there on all spectrums. And of course, I can't do this without God. And it's easy. In the past, it was easy for me to leave Him out, of course. But that doesn't happen anymore because I'm more conscious of Him more than I ever been, and I have to keep from. Putting him on a back burner, because without him, there is no me. Without him, I'm not breathing. So I have to make sure that I, stay disciplined to my faith first. Then everything else comes to, you know, comes to fruition, which hence go, that's why I came up with the, um, my podcast, the CAS show, and the topics: faith, family, and fitness. Faith first, family second, then everything's really else after that. So yeah, so I'm learning day by day, and every day is different. Every day the mindset is different. Your energy level is different. Your desire to, I want to, is different. But you just have to put your one foot forward, and stop stepping back so much. Um, what else? I think that's it. If you guys have any questions or whatever, please feel free to leave me a message here. Of course, you can go on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and Facebook. And the podcast will be on those 4 social media platforms. And if any questions you have need answered, then of course I can answer those questions. And also, please go to ChristianAthleticStrength.com, buy the hot new fitness apparel that's out. You won't regret it, and it's going to feel good once you put it on. So Just want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for bearing with me as I talk about myself, which we do know it's easy to talk about yourself, but sometimes it is also hard. But I remember it was a time where I wouldn't talk about myself. So the Lord has definitely brought me a long, long way. So until we meet again, I would just like to say stay blessed. Um, stay blessed. Put God first. Put God first. And you put God first, He will give you everything that you need. Even if you think you don't have it, you put Him first, you'll always have everything that you need. But until that being said, till next time, stay blessed. I'll see you guys soon. Here in the Lou, it's going to be warmer. And next week, sometime, we just had a little bit of snow. And then in January, of course, we had that big snow. But that's St. Louis weather. Um, you can go on the news and they can tell you the snow, and it'll be 80 degrees outside, and the meteorologists still have their job. So go figure. Um, but like I said, until next time, be blessed. I love you guys. Stay fit, stay focused, put God first.